Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Aspadacharya Paryandam Vande Guru Paramparam. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sakano Punaktu Sakabhiryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vadidamastu Ma Vitvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Om Namo Bhagavate Vaivasvatāya Mritve Brahma Vidyācāryāya Nachikedase cha. Namaskaram. Sorry, I missed the early part of the class. So today is being a Shankara Jayanti. We have a festivity in Reading, so I've been there. I'm also happy to share with this group that with my limited knowledge, and I managed to get the blessing of the Guru and released a book called Shankara Digvijaya Saramsam. This is a translation of Madhaviya Vidyaranya's Madhaviya Shankara Digvijayam as instructed by a Mahatma called Sri Dravidacharya in Rishikesh. I met him in 2016. So it's a kind of a labor for some time. So it's a book in Tamil verses and essays with the English summary. So hopefully I will have the books in end of May, early June. So we'll have an opportunity to share with you, those interested in it. I thought I'll share this with you because it's something which of interest to you to know. Okay. Now we are in the Kathopanaishad. We saw the first mantra of the second Valli, of the second Adhyaya. We just have a recap to this and then we go on to the next one. Puram Ekadasha Dwaram Ajasya Vakrachedasaha Anushtayana Soshachati Vimuktasya Vimuchyate Yedat Vaitat. In this mantra, Yamadharmaraja is telling Nachiketas in several ways to do Atma Anatma Viveka, the discrimination of the self from the non-self. Before we saw in the mantras Rathakalpitam, where the body is compared to the chariot. Here, the body is compared to a Puri. Puram Ekadasha Dvaraha. There is a city of 11 gates. That is your embodiment. To whom this city belongs to that Atma, which is Ajasya. Ajasya means unborn. The reason that adjective is given, the qualified is given, is for us to contemplate that if the body is born, which is compared to a city, the king of the city is Atma, is never born, is unborn. If something is born, that will die. Something is born means something is not there now. If what is not there now is always be mithya, always be unreal, always be temporal. If it comes, it will go. So every word is giving a kind of a hit in our head and say, careful. So you are that Atma. that Atma is Adhyaya. So you are never born. Since you are never born, what do you mean I never born? I celebrate my birthday. No, you celebrate the day of which you embodied in this world and get an identification, a personality for you. That is not you. So here we are talking about Atma Vidya. So you have to think a little bit more deeper and subtle. So if I am not born, therefore I don't die. So this is the reinforced again. So the Natiketa's question is not only answered theoretically as an Atma, but given practically to him that Atma is none other than you, and you are not born. You always exist. But you exist and manifest maybe in different bodies. Manifestation is not creation. A jewelry, a necklace is manifest. It's called fabrication, We use the word fabrication. Sometimes English is beautiful as well. Fib is a lie, Fab, fib is a lie. But when you fabricate, it somehow looks to be real, right? So your jewelry is fabricated out of gold. That means gold manifests as a jewel. So, okay, then what happened? That Atma is also Avakra. It is the Atma in you. Who is that? Is it this feeling of I as Raja or whoever your name is, whatever your name is? Is it that person? No. See, when the Mahabhatyam says, Aham Brahmasmi, we think that, okay, I am the Brahman. That's what it says. But it says that with inbuilt caveat that you should have already practiced. What is that? Caveat is, Aham na Aham Brahmasmi. The Aham na, the negation, Advaitam is all negation. Advaitam, not duality. So negation is a way of dealing with the Vishesha. See, because you cannot show what is Atma, because if you can show, it becomes a drishyam. Drishya means what you can see, what you can experience it, what you can know of. That means it's an object. Object means fadafat, it will go. Here, Atma is the knower, the seer. So how can I show the seer? How can I show him the eye? What the eye is like? I cannot show the eye. So Veda takes the path of showing that by telling what is not that. Neti, not this, not this. So this is not this is not that. Like, when you can keep on removing this, there will be a sesham, a visesham. There will be something which is left over, which you cannot say, na iti. See, you understand? Na iti means not this. Na iti means not this, not this. Now you bring the second not to the first phrase. Na iti. That means that which I cannot negate as it is not, that is me. That is Ashesha, Vishesha, Nisheda Seshara. So what beautifully it is. What is the resultant of everything? That is that. So that means if I have to teach that, or if you have to learn that way of negating it, you have to say what is not Atma. So here it says, this is not Vakram. Vakra means bend. You heard about the Ashtavagraha, a great jnani who had 8 bend in his body, is Ashtavagraha. So Vakra means deviation, bend. Avakra means there is no deviation. Chetanam, Chetanam is intellect. So here we go a little bit deeper. Last class we saw the literal meaning. Avakra Chetasaka is a Drada Buddhi. Drada Buddhi required Chitta Shuddhi. So when you have Chitta Shuddhi, you have Drada Buddhi. So I am in the Buddhi level. Still I have not reached Atma. Because Atma is Avakra Chetasaka. It is unbent knowledge, unbent awareness. How do you understand this? When you in a glass, when you put a pencil in a glass of water, translucent glass. Okay? If you look at it, the pencil goes there. Once it goes inside the water, it will bend. It's called refraction in physics. It is not changing its shape. The pencil is straight, but it is now giving you an impression of bend. Why it is so? Because there's a upati lakshanam. There's a upati there. There's a water. There's a physics there. You know it. There's a glass there. Sunlight goes and reflect it through, refraction through. So when there is no such bending, no such distortions, that means you are able to see things as they are. You see, we are all blind. Now we have eyes, I can see everything. But you normally see what you want to see or what you are conditioned to see. You are habituated blindness. Because when I see a dance program happening, I see it as antisocial behavior, because my habituation is that this is all unnecessary in life. My perception put my vision to be of that. For someone else, it's an art form in display. So it is not just a gross vision of something, it's also inference of what you see. This is Avakrachedasa. So all that, even you have a Sadbuddhi, you have a great person, but we have Vakrachedas, because why? Buddhi is like a glass of water. The water may be clean, but Chittam is Shuddham. But if I have to see things through my Buddhi, unless you are careful to negate the distortion, because we need to do it, because Buddhi is an instrument. Manasya eva Atma Kaivalyam. So you need to use the Buddhi. Here there is a conditional clause that you have, if you are using the Buddhi, please understand your Buddhi also distorts. So is that then a place where is no distortion? Yes. Why this distortion happens? Because there is a glass, there is a water, there are two upadhis. When the glass is so thin, the water is so light, the refraction will reduce. At some point, they will be clear. That means you don't see through these glasses. You don't see through the mind. How can I see without the mind? Because the senses bring the ideas to the buddhi. The mind is what the buffer that manipulates it and gives you what it is. Exactly, that manipulation is absent. Like a child that sees. The child sees a snake coming to it. She doesn't know it. She touched something, is flowing. She just sees an object flowing, swiggling. He is saying, you may say it's a lack of knowledge. The knowledge is the condition we put on that brain, that mind. So there is a state, when the mind is absent, you have a pure awareness. That is avakkachedasaha. Is it possible to achieve that? You don't need to achieve it. That is always there. But we put so many things on it. We put so many dirty clothes on it. Dirty, all this filth comes in there. You read so much in WhatsApp, everything goes in there. All this kupa is there. So at some point of time, when you clean everything out of it, the refractive index is there, but slowly, it goes away, and you have such a clear mind. Avakkachedasaha. And if you are able to realize that, let's say you have the kind of experience that this realization, right? Assume that you hold on to that. Why are we doing all this? Because we wanted to go and grab that Atma-Bhavam, Atma Sakshatkar. See, this word is very often used, Sakshatkar. The mind is, what is the mind? Mind is the place where the mind modification happens. That means vrittis come. By now you should know what vritti is, right? So you must know all these words. I don't want to go back and explain this. Vritti is the thought process that comes through. Now, if you are currently doing a shravanam, right? Let's say that you have no laukika thought. You are in a Vedantic mind. You are in a jnana yoga margam. You are listening. So it's called a shravanam. So when I say something, when it creates a thought in you, the thought could be a knowledge going into you, or a question rising in you, or some distortion happening in you, but all related to this. This is currently happening in your mind. Just have a look at it for a minute. That is Shravana Vritti. The Vritti in the experience of Shravana. So our goal, therefore, is that the Shravana Vritti be purely Shravana Vritti. Because we want to reduce the Vakram. What is the Vakram here? Why is this guy talking still? 6:30, I need to go. I need to leave the car park. I need to go and pick up somebody. Now, this is the Vakra influence coming in there. So your Shravana Vritti becomes Vakra Chedasaka. So when you're closing it there, it's still a bit of a Vakram, but it is close to Shravana. Now, I finished the Shravana, class is finished. Then you do your work, Laukika Vritti is there, you go to the car park, go to the hotel, you go back home at some stage at 9 o'clock before go to bed. Okay, let's think about what did I hear today? He said that, but I don't agree to this. This is like this. Now you are having thoughts. Now what you're doing is mananam. Mananam is contemplation of what you heard or what you read, what you learned. So learning is finished. Now you're contemplating it. Now your mind is on a manana vritti. So develop the manana vritti. When the manana vritti comes in, ensure you are in that tight track. Let it not run away from this manana vritti. Then next day you come and you go to Shravana vritti. So this goes on. And then at some stage you say, I have no doubt in it. Because now I understand very clearly, I have no samshayam. I understand this is what it means. I am not the body mind. I am not this. Now, how do I internalize it? How do I feel this? The teacher tells me that he cannot show me. Only I need to find out. So what do I have to do? Then you do nididhyasana. This is what here it says. On this Atma, Anushtaya, you do the dhyanam. Dhyanam means now your thinking is, now you just 1 week, 2 weeks of mananam is finished. Now you take that concept, that philosophy, the truth. Now you nididhyasanam. I am not this body, mind. So I am not this thought. I am not this. So you, when you do this, here you are not contemplating to resolve an unresolved problem. You are meditating. Contemplation is this or that. Contemplation is some vikshepam is there. It could be that, it could be that. So meditation is there is no vikshepam, egagram. You are only focusing on that. That is dhyana. So in Vedanta, Upasana is nididhyasana. You can do a dhyanam of Gajendra Dhyanam or Ganesha Dhyanam, Shiva Dhyanam. You can do all this, mantra Dhyanam. You can do Upasana, you can do. But there also same thing applies. There you, instead of focusing on yourself, you focus on some bimbam, some vigraham, some esoteric thought. They are the escalators to come to this step. Now we took a lift. We come straight here. So we're talking at the higher level. So this nididhyasanam is the dhyanam. And don't get discouraged when you do dhyanam, japam. I'm not able to focus. I'm not able. No. If you stay put on what you want to focus, you pass the dhyana. You are in samadhi. So don't have the misconception that when I sit down for a dhyanam, the mind is not staying in place. That's why it's called dhyana. Dhyanam is trying to bring the mind onto that in which you want to do nididhyasana. Nididhyasana. So this behavioring part. So that vritti is called nididhyasana vritti. Oh, now I know why I'm saying this. Okay. So now I'm saying you the mind is the shravana vritti, manana vritti, nididhyasana vritti. So what happened when I am doing the nididhyasana vritti? At some stage, with the kripa of the Brahman and the Atma and the Guru, the vrittis subsides. The vrittis don't come up. The ripples don't come up. The mind does not do movement. The chalanam becomes achalam. The prabhaga nityam becomes the kudastha nityam. I cannot tell you the words. So you are in a state, not sleeping, fully aware, completely blissful. You cannot, you don't, I can't say you see a light, because the moment you see a light, you are seeing something. You are not the object. See what I'm saying? So it's anubhuti that you can only achieve. Bhagavan says you will achieve. There is no way. You cannot be denied. Doesn't matter. You didn't sin before. Doesn't matter. Because you purified the mind. All the sins are gone, just one go. But when you are in that state of bliss, it is called sakshatkara vritti. When you have the sakshatkara vritti, that is avakra. You understand? It is so you need to. Now what do you have to do? He says, anushtaya. You do the anushtana. Anushtana means what? Implementation, doing things. So if I do anushthanam on what? That sakshatkaram, I meditate on it. Bhagavan in Bhashyam says, Puraswaminam. Puraswami. Swami means the owner. Puram means this body, the city. Swaminam, second vibhakti. So on that Swami, that means my Atma. Anushtaya. You do the Anushtaya. What does it mean? Dhyatva Dhyanam hi tasya anushtanam. How do you do the anushtanam? Samyak vijnana purvakam. This is the key word. You can't do anushtanam. You can't do this dhyana meditation because somebody told you, and therefore you have a faith in him. You do it. This faith is a very dangerous word to use. Faith comes in, faith is needed, but it has got its own place. Faith is needed when something is not known to you. Belief, for example, or belief is a better word. So if you tell me I'm eating a food, okay, and if you ask me, do you believe in this food that you are eating? It's good food. Do you believe in it? Do I say I believe in it? No, I know it because I made this food. I know what is gone in there. If I know it, there is no need of belief. But if I go to a restaurant and buy a food, somebody asks me, do you believe the food is good food? I believe so. Because it looks good, I believe so. Because I do not know. So when there is something that is not known, you need belief, you need faith. But many things we don't know because we are ajnanamayam. There's nothing wrong in having a faith in belief system. So there's a God there, he will control me. All the belief is okay because you don't know God. So that gives you certain discipline. So I am not saying the matams are giving you wrong advice. They're giving you advice which makes you elevate the steps. So please don't, whenever you come to Vedanta class, don't take this to challenge somebody who is having a faithful person. Don't go and say, you're doing fasting? Why? That's wrong. God is not outside. No, don't say that. Because you have to do the fasting. Fasting is to purify the mind. But here we are talking about assuming you purified mind, assuming you want to be nididhyasana dhyanam, then you don't go with the faith because, oh, the Upanishad says so. It must be true. Therefore, somewhere I will get that. No, you will never get it. So how should I go? Samyak vijnana purvakam. Very clearly, samyak means thoroughly do. Vijnanam. Vijnana means your yukti pramanam and shastra pramanam. And guru mukhe. Learn from the guru, learn through shastra, analyze it the see, your mind is buddhi is a rakshasa. It's like a fire. Fire when it gains up, it needs more food. When you learn something, oh, I want to learn this. Oh, I learned Bhagavad Gita, I know it, but I want to learn this one, Brahmapada Sudra Bhashya. It keeps on questing for something more and more and more. The more you feed, more it grows. But if you're not put into nididhyasana, it will not go. So here it says, understand it well. If you do that, sarvaishana muktam sadasamam sarvabhudastam. So when you are doing that kind of thing, what happened? What is the prayojanam? Na shoshati. Na shoshati. You will not have any grief. Why I will not have any grief? I have this diabetic, I have this problem. Don't I have to worry about it? No, you will not have to worry about it. Will the diabetic go away? Maybe, maybe not. That's not guaranteed. But why do you worry? It's not you having diabetic. Now, it looks like, easy to say. This guy gives you kind of a psychology. See, if you go to the psychotherapist, they don't even have this confidence to say this way. This will heal you, but they cannot say because medically they're not able to say it. But Vedanta says, no, it will not affect you. The body may be painful, but you will surpass this. That's a gross way. But in the Adhyatmic way, you are completely free. So what happened? If you are completely free, I am a mukta. Then why is the phrase vimuktasya vimuchyate? Vimuktasya means the one who is liberated. Vimuchyate is liberated. The liberated person is liberated. Upanishad is always like this. It makes you think. Every word is convoluted, and that's why you need that's why Shankara's bhashyams are very great help, throw lights to all of us. How can a liberated become liberated? We saw in the last class, literally it means Jivan Mukta. Who is a Jivan Mukta? Living in the body itself, having realized through the Vijnana Purvakam and maintaining the Nishta. See, one thing, important point you must understand. All this thing, the supreme bliss, knowledge, realization will come to everybody. Sometimes even without any effort, because if the Kripa is there, it will come. The trouble is, we have not developed a capacity to stay put on that, to hold on to that one. That's why when it comes and goes, we equate that blissfulness to the material object. Oh, I was so peaceful because I went to this satsang today or this kacheri today. I'm peaceful because my mind was so blissful. So we look at the reason on the upathis and then go after this until get bored. So it is definitely come true. So if I achieve that and I have complete freedom, my life will continue as it is. So I am a Jivan Mukta, the Jnanis will say. Then why is he liberated again? Then we saw it means, so he still carries this embodiment. The embodiment is Ashtavakram for me, for him, maybe, or maybe he's got a painful cancer, or he's suffering from thing, he's impoverished, he doesn't look healthy, he's decaying, but he's glowing, he's smiling, he's peaceful, he's blissful. His body is dropping, but the body will drop. So when the body drops, he liberates from that also. They call it vimukti, videka mukti. So that is one definition of it. Now this is generally right definition for us to understand. This is different from this krama mukti, which many school of thought advocates. As I told in the last class, they are good, they are motivators. Salokyam, sarupyam, samipyam. Now you will get the mukti, you liberate it, and you go to the world of the God. Okay, I go in a different place. So how am I liberated? Both of us are going there, and you are a greater punya than me, and you'll be always better than me. So I'll be still jealous. So here it's not a krama mukti. It is, see, freedom cannot be just gradually come. Freedom is at the moment. If it gradually comes, the freedom is only when the last month when it is completely free. Otherwise, still bound. I'm going to die. You fear. You die every day. Death only happens only once. Death is not painful, the scriptures say, because death is a snapshot of a time the status change. The process of dying is painful, or the process of living is painful. And we worry about it, and we are afraid about it, and we grieve about it. So you die, we die day and day out in the fear of death, but death itself is a freedom. Right? So therefore, the Videka Mukti, understandable. But there is a deeper meaning of it. What is that? So if Mukti is from the bondage. That's what it says, right? Mukti, liberation means what? Liberation from something that is binding you. Correct? So what is binding me? Binding me is the samsaram, the ajnanam, the attachment. Oh, is it binding you? Is this binding, this bandha, is it satyam? Is it real? Yeah, it is real. If it's real, there is no liberation. How can, when it is real, really bonding is real, there is no liberation. God cannot liberate you. Because God is Satyam. If Bandham is Satyam, there is no liberation for you. No Jnanam can liberate you. Okay. No. Then I would say differently. The attachment, samsara, is not real, but it is binding me. Oh, if it is not real, it cannot bind you. So what are you saying? Is bandha real or unreal? The Guru says, you tell me. If it is real, you will never get mukti. No Veda can give you mukti. Satyam. There is no way it can go. No. It is not real. If it's not real, what are you worrying for? You see? That jnana. Many years back, I heard one Mahatma saying this simple story for this. See, this disciple goes to the Guru. He wants everything done fast. He's a very efficient guy, and he listens to a class for a week and say, Swamiji, it's excellent, everything's fine. I want to be liberated. Please grant me mukti. And the Guru doesn't say anything. And he comes next day, please liberate me. I want liberation. You said, as soon as I heard this, liberation will happen. I'm hearing you every day. Kathopanaishad, I heard you. I want liberate. Liberate me. The Guru says, okay, come with me, let's go for a walk. So they go to the park and they do for a walk. They talk generally about many things. See, the Guru Sishya Parampara is not just about Vedanta. They also, the bonding. The Guru is a mentor by his, not only by action, by his conduct, everything. So he's just mending him, going through this woods. And there's a big oak tree. And the Guru says, just a second. And then he goes there and then hugs the tree. And then he holds it like this, the tree. And then he's just kissing the tree and putting a head there on the tree. Shishya asked him, I said, oh, Guru, what are you doing? Guru is not talking anything. So he thinks maybe he's praying, who knows? All these mystics may have a different way of worshipping. So he waits for some time, 10, 15 minutes. So, Guru, can we go? It's getting darker. The Guru says, I can't. I'm sorry, I am bound by this tree. I have to be liberated from this tree. I can't. The tree is binding me. So she says, no. Tree is not binding you. Please, come on. No, it is binding me. I can't leave the tree. I can't. No. Sisha says, your hands are holding the tree. But it's still binding. No. It's just a little effort from you needed to take your hands off from this. Are you sure? Then I will be liberated. You don't need to be liberated, sir, Swamiji. It is your hand that is holding it. There is nothing binding you. Take your hands off. Are you sure? Yeah, 100% sure. So Guru takes the hands off and looks at the Shishya with his very illuminating eyes. The Shishya falls on his flat. I understand, Guruji. There is nothing binding. There is no mukti. There is no moksha. But I am thinking of samsara because I think I am sangaha, but I am asangatva. I have nothing to worry. Nothing is attached to me. The body, mind, thoughts. But I enact, I witness what is happening. I eliminate my mind and body, and according to the Purva Karma Vasana, they perform. I am a radiant light behind it. Because my light is so powerful and it is bright, slowly the mind gets liberated, purified of it. It is like removing the hand. I have to remove the attachment to things that I think they are binding me. It is not the disease, the decaying body hurts me. It is not my hurt of my children, they abuse me, hurts me, because they are not me. They are mine in this janma, but they are passers-by. Every jiva that comes to my family I am a host of them, passers-by. So that is the tattvartham of this. Vimuktasya vimochyate. Means, why Vedanta says it gives you moksha? Why the moksham is the purushartham? If there is no need of moksham, why moksham is the purushartham? Question is, purushartham for who? Purushartham for who is in the ajnanam. So the liberation is not for the Atma. People say, my Atma is liberated. Atma cannot be liberated. Atma is freedom. So what is liberated? What is cut asunder is samsara, or cut asunder is the ajnana. This is very important to understand. So when you are attaining mukti or moksha, is not attaining something new in your status. It is shedding your fear, shedding your grief, shedding the underlying ajnanam. Shedding ajnana means I need jnanam. Therefore, if ajnanam is darkness, I need jnanam, the light. The jnanam, the light, does not require an action to drive the darkness away, because they are mutually exclusive. A karma need to be performed. An action is needed. The upasana has to be performed. An action is needed. Jnanam, there is no karma. Akarma. Arjuna learned this one. The third chapter, Karma Sannyasam. Oh, there is a way. So why am I struggling, fighting here, running an empire, being a good king? Why I do all this nonsense? I go straight there. Krishna said, no. That is for Siddhapragyan. That is for the one who has got Avakrachedasaha. You are not there, my friend. Because you just now said you're going to kill everybody else, not even knowing who you really are. See, you must read Gita with Gita is Upanishad anyway. Every phrase in Kathopanaishad becomes a set of mantras or chapters in Bhagavad Gita. So he says, you can't do this because you have no right, you have no knowledge to do this. So eat well, eat sattvic food, go with the good people, do upasana, do control the mind, fight your duty, do karma yoga. All that is for what? You think it is the fight to get rid of the Kauravas? That is just an incidental benefit. If Arjuna did not kill Kaurava, Yamadharmaja will kill him. In time may take a difference. Arjuna has not done anything great by killing Kauravas. But Arjuna was instrumental in enacting that, so that he did that as a karma yogi. Therefore, Arjuna did not won the victory as if it is his action that is certified, but it is He's witnessing his Atma, effulgence of Atma, executing the action as a karma yogam, karma sannyasam. Therefore, he get sthira buddhi, he becomes siddha pragyan. Therefore, in some janma, he become liberated. See, that is what this phrase. So you understand there is no, that this is what, when you are, this is the essence of Advaita. Advaitam is not against any other school of thought. Advaitam is avirodham nipananaha. Who says this? Gaudapata, Paramaguru of Shankara says, Advaitam is not enemy to anything because it cannot be. How can it be enemy? Enemy means there is something else is there. Only if something is there, you have a desire. There is nothing. Everything is divine. Everything is one. Where is the enmity comes in? But that, to be in that state of mind, to live, execute your life, you transcend or you elevate yourself to that step, and you can take many steps. See, that is Sanatanam. The Sanatanam is like a huge Ganges that is flowing. If you are lucky enough, you can jump into it and go with this. Or you can go through the different gods. This god is very good because it has got mantras, temple there. I can relax. There is a chain there to hold on. I go through. Oh, this god is challenging one. Slippery, but it is beautiful. So you can choose different gods to go and enjoy the bliss of the Ganges in Varanasi. We can take different path, Vaishnavam, Saivam, Sankhya, Kapilam, Shaktam. Any path you can choose. Remember, the path may look different, but the Sanadhanam is one, the Brahman is one. That's what you're going to do. So the differences should go. Even the Advaitis, when they do, then they different school of thought. Oh, I don't believe in that. I believe in this. This is all intellectual vanity. It actually deviates you from the main purpose of it. That's why sometimes you have to stick to one. And who else to stick to other than Shankara, at least in my view. Because once you close your thing there, then it at least gives you at least the capacity to take everybody's view in context of what you firmly believe first, and then Vijnana Purvaka. So, okay. So much so for this mantra. But it's important mantra to understand. Now the doubts comes in. Okay, this Atma is in me. I am the emperor of this Puri. So is Balaji, so is Ramesh, so is Saraswati, so is Raji. So there are different Atmas. Or it is only in me, it is there. So this doubt comes in, right? For that is the next mantra. This mantra is through a lot of sentences. It's not very structured like Vyapadam. So I'll read each word. So Ams Sushishat, Vasur Andarikshasat, Hodha Vedishat, Adidhir Dronasat, Nurshat, Bharasat, Rudasat, Vyomasat, Abja, Goja, Rudaja, Atrija, Vratam, Brihat. You must actually pronounce it in Hagumsa. When the Ha comes with the Sa, normally in Vedic pronunciation, they say Hagumsa. But it's okay. Let's say each one. Now, this is interesting. Here, this mantra, Raja is clearing your doubt. This Atma, which is in the puri of your body, is not only in your body, it's everywhere. And how does it start? He starts from the Swarga. Hamsaha Sushishat. Shat means Sat, it is there. It is. It's a Kriyapada. It is there. Where? Shuchi. In the cleanest place, in the Swarga. In the Swarga, where are you? You are in the earth, you are in London, you are in Harrow, you are in this house, in this body. Yeah, you are in this Puri. To you, he is now giving you, you have to visualize what I'm saying. That Swarga. So she said, what is that? Hamsa hai, Atma hai. Hamsa means the sun. The ha shabda, lots of meaning. Ha shabda is that which moves. Not the goose, not this bird we are talking here. That which moves. Sun moves. Okay, sun moves relative to the whole Milky Way in the oceanic space, in the celestial space. Compared to Earth, it is stationary, but it is moves. Or even if you look at the sun with your carefully with your dark glasses, you can see there's a chalanam there. That is hamsaka, that which moves. This prana vayu, apana vayu. When you're having respiration, the air moves. Hamsa, soham. One who controls this prana is called a paramahamsaka. Lots of meaning. But here you can take hamsaka is the sun, but that is Atma. So in the Swarga, as a sun, it is there. What does it mean here? You can take a literal sun as it is, or it is the effulgence of the heavens. The heavens exist because in the core of the heaven is the effulgence, the illuminating light, the sun, we call it here, the Hamsaka. What is that? Etat Vaitat, that is the Atma. Oh, it's not just in the spuri of this body. No, what is that? Okay. Then you come down a bit. So Veda actually puts in the Vyahurdis 3. Bhurbhuva Swaha. Swaha is a Swarga. No, in Gayatri we say Om Bhurbhuva Swaha. Swaha is a Swarga. Oh, everything, all the worlds. In between is Andariksha, is a space. And then you have earth. So he says, Andarikshat Vasuhu. So in the gap, in the Andariksha, Atma is there as Vayu. We literally say Vayu means air. You must really take Vayu is the propagating media which propagates Agni. The electromagnetic radiation goes here and there. The electromagnetic radiation which is pervading everywhere is carried by a force. That force is Vayu. Of course, it becomes an air in atmospheric conditions. When you go to the space, there is no oxygen. There's no air. So don't say that therefore there is an empty space of Vayu. No. Vayu is still there, but that Vayu is not in the stula form of oxygen, hydrogen, but it's in a radiating velocity that gives you that. Okay? It is there. Then, Hoda Vedishat. Second line, Hoda Vedishat. Vedishat means in the earth, in the bhumi it is there. Vedi means bhumi, prithvi. So it is, what is it? It is like a hota. Hota means here fire. A lot of meaning here is fire. It means in the earth, The Atma is in the fire. You remember the ring the bell? Hiranyagarbha. We saw that prana, Agni. So without fire, the element of fire, the latent heat, nothing will exist. So in this world of beings, Atma is the fire. So what you have to infer from this, that means the I, Atma, who is the emperor of this city of body, is also in the earth and everything else. It is in this, everything means in this man, in this house. Yeah. Hold on, I'll come to that. Mantra says. So I finished this Swargam, I finished Antariksham, come to the Bhumi, and it comes to my house. Atitihi Dronasat. Drona means your accommodation, your place of domicile. Where do you live? Wherever you live. In your house, how does the Atma resides? Atitihi. As a guest. See, here Mr. Raja is giving a lot of examples to bring in. But the beauty I see is that he's bringing all the context which matters to him. Nachiketas came to his house as a guest. What happened? The whole story, because 3 nights he was not caring about Nachiketas. He was busy with something else, his duty, taking people's life. When he came back on the 4th day, he saw Nachiketas and said, look, I'm sorry, I owe you 3 boons. Why? Because he was an Aditi. Aditi is Devata. He has to be. So the lesson we take is we must treat the guest as a God, an Atma. Atma means ourselves. That means you treat them as you treat yourself. So when you drink a good cup of coffee, give him the good cup of coffee. Don't ask him, when are you going? You've been here for 2 days, when are you going? Don't ask him, because would you ask yourself? See, that's a morality that is infused here. He also look at the Tattvartham of it. Atma lives in the house. Your body is my house. Atma comes there and goes, right? So as a guest. Same way, in the house, it is like a Atiti. Okay. What about neighbor? Nurushat. 3rd line. Nuru means Naraha. Naraha got a very special meaning. Naraha is human beings who have understood that there is life beyond this embodiment and there is eternality. That means seekers. Actually, Nara is seekers. That's why Nara Narayana. Why Narayana comes with ordinary mortal? He comes with Nara because he's a seeker. So you and I, if you say Nara, we are Naran, that means we are always seeking. He is an example. He is there in the seeker's mind. And of course, all minds. Oh, okay. What about this celestial devas? Varasat. Next line. Next word. Varasat. Varaha means Devaha, who bestows good things for us. Yes, inside them they are. When you say Vayu, Agni, Ishanam, all these things are some embodiment, like, you are called a different place, American, Indian, all this you call, they are. But inside is Atma. Okay. So what about all these spaces? Yomasat. Yeah, everywhere you say is there. What about in this little pond of water? You are now trying to corner him, right? He says, no. Abja. Ja is the root for which has got Jananam, which is 1 pond. Ab represent water. Apaha. Abja. Whatever is born in this water. So all these insects, all those cellular items. Oh, the Atma is there. Oh. Then what about this tree, plant, everything? Gojaha. Go means the earth, Prithvi. Go also means cow. Cow got the name Go because it eats the earth proceeding. So Go Puja is same as Bhumi Puja. All the same. Because Mother Earth, Mother Cow. So Mother Cow is a representation of the Bhumi. That's why Pashu is Shantam. But here it's a Bhumi. Go Jaha. Whatever comes out in this earth, everything has got Atma. You just cannot say, oh, this is the sheep. It's Atma, slaughter it and eat. No. Still about Atma. Atma is that. Okay. What about all these things I do? What activity I do? Rudaja. Yes. Rudam means here all the yajnam, yajnatravyam, activities. Yeah, the things you use it for activities, Atma is there. See, this question about does the solid rock has got an Atma? That question is wrong. Because Atma is all pervasive. Does a solid rock has got manas? No. That's why it's not able to think. Has it got prana? No. That's why it's not able to breathe. Atma, yes. Anatma, yes. The anatma decay, yes. Everything will decay. So there is nothing, that means there is no anatma. In fact, there is no anatma. So you have to be prepared for this kind of saying and negating it because you're trying to go to the non-differences, right? Anatma is there as long as you are focusing on the Atma. Atma here is Chaitanyam, consciousness, that is I am. That's where Jnanam can come in. Because I have an embodiment of a human being. My only source is my Jnanam, that is Buddhi. Therefore, I go by the Buddhyatma. But does not mean Atma is not there. Atma is everywhere. You cannot say, therefore, Atma is only in the conscious being. Others are unconscious, no consciousness. No, that's also Atma. But they don't have manas, there's no jiva bhavam, there's no samsaram. Okay. Atrija. He's just putting another one. Atri means the mountain. So in Adhyaya means in the mountains, what comes in? Water. Rain. Atma is there. So then what is that Guru was saying? Rudam Bhagat. Rudam Bhagat means what? Whatever you see in this world, Rudam is Satyam. But we say Rudam Vadishyami, Satyam Vadishyami. We have to understand this also. Because there are two kinds of Satyam. One is called Pravaha Satyam. Example. What is the temperature now? You look at your monitor and say 20 degrees Celsius. I look at it, mine, yeah, 20 degrees Celsius. It is fact, measured, truth. 5 minutes past, what is the temperature now? 26. Wow, I thought temperature should be only 25. No. That is that time, this is changed. So then you said Satyam, it's changing. Yes, this is called a Pravaha Satyam. Satyam just like a river just flows. It is only there true for that Kshanam, that presence, but it does not stay as it is. Then what is the thing that doesn't change? There's nothing that does not change except you. That's a big statement, right? That means you don't change. I don't change. All the change happening is change that is outside. That is Satyam Vadishyami. But the Rhythm Vadishyami is the rhythm that is, it is clouded by this Prabhaga Satyam. But I should be able to know both. So that I can transact in this world to give due attention to Prabhaga Satyam, but remain as the Kudasta Satyam. Brihat. Who is this Brihat? Brihat is a big word. Big. Big. What is big? This. See, every time when this is important for Vedantic study. Don't take anything for granted. What is big? So what do you mean big? Naturally, when you say, if I come and somebody tell you, Ramesh, big, say you ask, what is big? This is big. Big from what? You need a reference point. The big, small does not quantify anything unless you compare with something else. What is bigger than something else becomes smaller when something else comes in. The Brihat is that which has no comparative measures. That means whatever you say is bigger than it. What is that? Atma. Wait a minute. You said in the previous mantra, Angushta. It's a small place. In the heart, Hridayahasam, it is like an Angushta, like a thumb. Now it is infinite. Yes. But I also told you, the Guru says, that is like in a flute, the space between two holes. When the space in the flute is no different to the infinite space. But when I am talking about the flute, I say the flute makes this beautiful music because there is angushtapiam. There is a kind of air, a thumb-sized air is there between these two holes that makes the music to come out. Oh, that means it is not there, that size? No. It is also there in that size, but it is infinite. So it means it is also small. It's also big. So this is a kind of elucidation comes out from the Vedas is given in the Puranas. If you take just 5 minutes before close it. If you take Vamana Avatar. Vamana means a dwarf, small. It also means Puja very praiseworthy, but here take it small. In Vamana Avatara, you know the story, right? There is a great king called Bali Chakravarti. They also call Mahabali Chakravarti because he is virtuous. But his ego is so big. But he's virtuous. But because of the ego, what he did was out of his penance and the power, he conquered Burbhavas. So all these three worlds he conquered. Don't worry about how he conquered. All that is fine. He conquered. Because he conquered, he has a view that he can grant anything, anybody. So the proposition of a great Brahman is out of his mind. Atma-Jnanam is not there. The Ahankaram has taken over. He's a pious man, but he's a foolishly pious man. So the Puranas goes into the story, but anyway, to make him surrender, such a pious man should be relieved from this samsara. So Bhagavan comes, he was born to Kashyapa and Aditi. Kashyapa, this again, you see, all these characters, if you just read a character, you will know the tattva. Kashyapa is bright effulgence. Pashyakaha Kashyapa. It's basically, Parabrahma is Kashyapa. Aditi is Parashakti. The sun is born to them as well. So there the Vamana is born as a small boy, and he comes to Mahabali to asking for a bhiksha. So Mahabali thought, okay, this child is coming here, little dwarf, And I'll just make fun of him and maybe give him something to see him off, and says, yeah, you seem to be very scholastic and very knowledgeable. What can I give you? And he says, oh, I want some land. Give me land worth of my 3 foot. In those days, you measure by foot. I mean, whose foot? That's why the measures came later, a metric system. Those days, a foot was used. So he says, oh, okay, I'll give you 3 foot. Is that what you want? Sure, yeah. Okay, I'll come and stand up and measure it. Because Vamana says, no. I'll measure myself. Child, your foot is so small, you won't get anything. At least mine is bigger. No. I want to measure mine. See, Mahabali is, even to that one, he says, I can do better. Okay, so be it. Then what happened to Vamana? Vamana rose. Glow. Bhagavatam talks about it so beautifully. It grows, and then to the height, the sun becomes is Chudamani in his head. And then he still grows. Sun becomes his tilak. He still grows. He becomes a pendant in his neck. He still grows. It becomes a little pearl in his odyan. It still grows. Becomes a small gem in his kolusu, whatever you call, anklet. It's called visual. See, you have to enjoy this slogas. So he grows like that. And he says, Mahabali, I took one step, I covered all this celestial space. I put another foot, I covered all the earthly space. In between also covered with these 2 legs. Now you said 3 steps. Why can't I go for the 3rd step? He realized that this is Swami, Parabrahma, Trivikrama. Vikrama means one who measures with the feet. Trivikrama means in 3 feet he measured everything else. Brihat. See, Vamana becomes Brihat. That's the reason I wanted to bring this. Of course, then Mahabali says, if you carefully listen to, you must have a question in your mind. If 1 foot covers the whole of the earth, Mahabali should have been already covered by that, right? Is it not? Then how can be an existence for Mahabali? Because Mahabali's ahankaram is so big. He sees that my earth, I am different. I do this. So ahankaram is much bigger than this Bodhvasvaha. Swami can take away everything, but ahanbhavam, you have to give. He will not take it. Because that is your own treasure. You created that. So it's called Balidhanam. Balidhanam is a very beautiful word used everywhere, where you are sacrificing the sacrificer himself. Mahabali says, so this is very important. That's why you have to have the surrender capacity. Vaishnavam takes this particular one line and build the whole principle. Total surrender. Give up everything else. Mahabali said, take me. Then Bhagavan put his foot on it. He gone and he get salvation. He become one with him. Why I say this story? Because some stage you see Vamana, the Atma, then it gives you to think of somewhere little small dot. But Brihata. So it is what it's trying to do. It is trying to make Sarva Purva Bhakti. Atma is everywhere. The Sharupa Darshanam. But again, that Atma is not different from you. Don't see the Atma as if it is away from you. So you will have a lot of questions in your mind, but it only answer that you said meditate. So I strongly recommend spend some time. Actually, today is a blessing day because Upanishad normally is to be heard in the evenings. Also, learners say. So we got an opportunity today. So let's take the next class in the next week. Om Shakana Bhavatu.
Om Sahana Vavatu
Sakano Punaktu.
Sahano Bhunaktu
Sahaviryam Karavavahai.
Sahaviryam Karavavahai
Tejasvinavaditamastu.
Tejasvinavaditamastu
Mavidvishavahai.
Mavidvishavahai
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti 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 Shanti.